Morning to all. I'm Alan Varghese Jacob, Assistant Professor, Postgraduate Department of Commerce, St. Mary's College, Malappuram. Today, I am going to discuss with you an area of reconciliation of cost and financial account. The fourth case, now the second case of reconciliation, when the profits as per financial accounts is given. Look at that illustration. Following is the summary of trading P&L account of Messrs Alpha Manufacturing Company. Details given are material consumption, wages, direct and indirect expenses related and offer losses. Then the other side, sales of 1,20,000 units, finished stock of 4,000 units, work in progress, and the dividend received. The additional info begins that in the cost account, factory expenses have been recovered from production at 20% on prime cost. So, while preparing the statement, first of all we have to find out the prime cost. That is an addition of material consumption value and wages. That is 24 lakh 40,000 plus 15 lakh 10,000. The total of that value, or the total of prime cost, take 20% of that is to be dealt as factory expenses. Is it clear? So the administration, next adjustment is administration expense. Administration expense at rupees 3 per unit on in units introduced. Units introduced means in the question we know that we see that only sales value, sales units are given, and also we know that the closing stock units. So on those basis of these two terms, we have to identify the production units, total production of that factory. How much? How to calculate this total production of this firm? Sales plus closing stock. Sales plus closing stock. That means sales 1,20,000 plus 4,000 closing stock. The total value becomes 1,24,000 is the total production incurred on the factory. So per unit cost becomes administration expense charged per 3 per unit. Therefore, for 1,24,000 units, administration expense recovered as 3,72,000. Okay. Then also while preparing the cost statement, selling and distribution expense at 4 per unit on units sold. That means we know that directly know that this unit sold becomes 1,20,000. Per unit selling expense, selling charge is 4. That means for 1,20,000 units, selling and distribution overhead recovered as 4,80,000 to be shown in the cost account. Is it clear? So you are required to prepare a statement of cost and profit, and thereby to reconcile those profits disclosed in both set of accounts. Moving on to slide, we can see that the statement of cost and profit. So all of you take your note and prepare a statement of cost and profit like this. Don't copy the same as shown in this slide. I explain one by one, then and thereafter you enter the details into the notebook. Materials. Materials, we know that in the question material value Material consumed at rupees 27 lakh 40,000. Yes. So it's directly entered into this statement. Labor charge 15 lakh 10,000. So the total of that two values becomes the prime cost 42 lakh 50,000. Then to find out work cost, we have to add factory expenses into prime cost. I already say that how to determine or how to calculate the factory expenses from prime cost. Prime cost becomes 4 lakh 42 lakh 50,000. So the 20% of that prime cost, that means 20% of 42 lakh 850,000, that becomes the 8 lakh 50,000 becomes the factory overhead recovered from the production. As to be stated, as before going to the work cost, total of work cost, we noted into the question: is there any detail regarding opening or closing work in progress mentioned in the question or mentioned in the financial statement? So we can see that at the left right hand side of the financial statement, we said that it is clearly mentioned the closing work in progress of or finished stock at the end 4,000 units. Yes. Okay. So that amount becomes to be less, deducted from the total of prime cost and the factory expense. We get the total work cost 49 lakh 80,000. Then along with the cost, we add administration expense. Administration expense, we already said that administration expense becomes per unit of production. Production means sales plus closing stock. That means the production units becomes 124,000. 124,000 into 3. That becomes 3,72,000. So the add the administration expense into work cost, we get the value or we get the total cost of production of 1,24,000 units become 53,52,000, or the given value of 53,52,000 is the total cost of production for 1,24,000 units. Moving on to the process, moving on to determine the profit, we not to get the not to get the cost of production only, we have to compare the sales value become or with the cost of sale. How to calculate, how to get cost of sale? Cost of goods sold, add selling and distribution expense if any relating to the say relating to the product, our sale, add the selling and distribution expense into cost of goods sold, we have to get cost of sale. How to obtain cost of goods sold? What it mean cost of goods sold? Cost of production is the total production of 124,000 units, but as the case mentioned here, only 4,000 units is a closing stock. Therefore, 4,000 units are unsold into the market. So the sales units becomes only 1,20,000 units. Therefore, in order to calculate the cost of goods sold of 1,20,000 units, we have to deduct the cost of 4,000 units closing stock from the total cost of production. I once again repeat that we have, in order to calculate or in order to determine the cost of goods sold of 1,20,000 units, we have to subtract or we have to deduct the 4,000 units. We have to deduct the cost of 4,000 units closing stock from the total cost of production. That is to be calculated here. We see that 53 lakh 52,000 is the total cost of 1 lakh 24,000. Yeah. Okay. Therefore, what is the cost per 1 unit? How to calculate? For to 1 lakh 24,000 units, the cost becomes 53 lakh 52,000. Okay. So therefore, the cost per unit of production becomes how much? How to calculate? 53 lakh 52,000 divided by 1 lakh 24,000 units. That becomes 43.16 cost per unit. Cost is incurred. So the cost per unit becomes 43.1612, like that. The decimal places are more. So you have to multiply with the cost per unit into 4,000 units of closing stock. So therefore we have to get a value of 1,72,645. In the calculation of cost per unit, we have to take all the decimal values in the calculation or in the resulted figure shown in your calculator. Okay. So the cost of production less cost of goods, so closing stock becomes the cost of goods sold. This becomes the value 51,79,355. Then add the selling and distribution expense. Selling and distribution expense is charged or incurred for incurred per unit sold. Per unit sold. Per unit cost becomes selling charge becomes 4. Therefore, for 1,20,000 units, the selling and distribution expense incurred 4,80,000. So add the selling and distribution expense L with the cost of goods sold. We get cost of sales. Cost of sales. We get cost of sales. Cost of sales. This is cost of goods sold. You have to add cost selling and distribution expense with cost of goods sold. We get a cost of sale. This is the value 56,59,355. Okay. Though the total cost of, we have to determine the total cost value. Then we have to compare the cost value with the cost of sale with the total sales. Total sales becomes 60 lakh. So differentiate or compare, take difference of these two. We have to get the profit as per cost account as 3,40,645. Okay. In your while writing the solution into your notebook, first clearly understand the solution or the way of procedure and write into the clearly manner into the notebook. Last one, as per we get already we know that the financial profit becomes 3,25,600 is already given in the question. Now lastly we in the last slide we discuss, we determine we how to we prepare the statement of cost and profit and determine the profit as per cost account becomes 3,40,645. Then compare, then reconcile this profits. How to reconcile? How to reconcile? We have to start with the base profit as a cost profit. Take profit as per cost book as base profit. In this statement, profit as per cost book becomes 3,40,645. I already mentioned to you that remember, while preparing reconciliation statement, we are in the point of view of cost account. Okay, we are dealing the cost account. The other side is a financial account. So compare with the financial accounts or with our cost account. Add over recovery of selling expense one by one, or each and every item of these cost elements included in the question we have seen that which are one of the elements to be considered for the reconciliation. Okay, so see that the selling expense is charged in the financial book is 4,50,000, because but in cost account we charged like 4,80,000, so the difference becomes 30,000. It is over recovery of selling expense in cost account, so we will add the value or posted onto the right hand side of the value. Then factory, relating to factory expense in cost account we charge is 8,50,000. There is in financial account there is only the 8,30,000, so there is also an over recovery of factory expense in cost account, that becomes 20,000 we add into the profit. Then we have to see that the administration expense is charged in financial book is 3,82,400. In cost account we charge the amount like 3,72,000. As compared these two amounts, we can see understand that there is an under recovery of administration expense in cost account. The differentiation becomes different, that so take the difference of these two and deduct that amount from the cost profit. Then we can see that in the left hand side of the financial statement we see two items like preliminary expense written off, goodwill written off, tagline. These are treated as an writing of an intangible assets. So it's a financial loss category. We have to deduct the financial expense charges from profit transfer cost. Then the right hand side of the financial statement we see that a dividend received, it's a financial income. We have to add that amount of 18,000 into profit as per cost account. Then compare the finished stock value in cost and finished financial account. We can see that there is a differentiation in valuation of finished stock in cost account. There is an undervaluation of there is an overvaluation of finished stock. Overvaluation of finished stock in cost account becomes the difference taken as 12,645. As these three elements to be added into the profit, and these four items deducted from this cost profit, we get the profit of 3,25,600, which is the same to be mentioned in the financial book. Is it clear? So work out the problems 8 and 12. If any doubts relating the question, feel free to ask. The session is over. Thank you.